Have you ever wondered why it can feel so freaking hard to start a habit again after you've stopped? I'm MJ Schwartz, and I'm the owner of Studio 138 Family Yoga and Mindfulness. Once we are in the habit of something, once we've gotten into the groove, it typically feels easy and natural and good to keep doing that thing. But then if we stop due to illness or a schedule change or an interruption, it can feel like it takes Herculean effort to get back into that habit after you've stopped. It can feel a million times harder than starting it in the first place. The way this came into my mind today as something I wanted to talk to you about was I went back to the gym today after a few weeks off. My wife and I usually go to the gym a few days a week, anywhere from 3 to 5, and then on days in between, we're doing things like yoga and walking and things like that. A couple of weeks ago, I got sick with a stomach virus, and it was misery. And it became really clear the morning I woke up after having been up most of the night not feeling well that I was still sick and I shouldn't go to the gym. So I took what I thought was going to be a couple of days off. But then after I'd been off for a couple of days, even though I felt better physically, and even though I feel better on every level, physically, emotionally, mentally, mood, you name it, while I'm going to the gym, I was just stuck. I had an excuse every single day when I woke up. It feels almost like a form of self-punishment, doesn't it? To deny yourself doing something that makes you feel good, something that you genuinely enjoy while you're doing it and you enjoy the rewards afterwards. Why on earth would we do this? Mindset plays a massive role in our habits. Some of it just has to do with inertia and pushing yourself out of inertia. So today I went back to the gym and it was hellish feeling to get out of bed with my alarm this morning. I wanted to sleep so badly, but I had made a commitment to someone else, which is a big part of the habit stacking you can do to make this kind of thing easier for yourself. I would have had no trouble sorting myself on this and pausing the alarm. I knew my wife was looking forward to going back to the gym and we go together, and I didn't want to let her down. So I got out of bed and I put on the workout clothes that I had laid out the night before, and I came downstairs and we had our coffee, and then we grabbed our gym bags and we headed out the door. By the time we hit the gym parking lot, I was excited to be there. By the time I had put my bag in my locker and had my earbuds in, I was ready to jam. After an hour on the treadmill, I felt fantastic. I was in a better mood than I've been in days. I was in a good space physically, mentally, emotionally. And it really did not take that much effort at all. It was just that initial mental push. And the mental push was not hitting the snooze button. I want to talk to you about how this ties in with mindfulness and how we can use mindfulness as a tool to help us reestablish habits that we've let slide, that we know make us feel good and benefit our lives in some way. So with mindfulness, it is all about being fully in the present moment. It's getting your mind and your body in the same place at the same time. That is the whole gist of mindfulness. When you get your body and your mind in the same place at the same time, you are only dealing with what is. You are not warring with the past. You are not ruminating and fixating on the future. You are right there in the present moment. When I got up this morning and my alarm was going off, I really only had two choices in front of me. I could get up or I could roll over and go back to sleep. By locking in on that present moment and not overthinking the whole thing and making up all of the myriad excuses about why I needed a full work day that could not include the time slot between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. for the gym. I got my ass out of bed. I put my feet on the floor, and without giving it a whole lot of thought, I turned to the space where I had laid out the clothes the night before to make it really easy. When that was done, the next step was just brushing my teeth and peeing like it is every single morning. When that was done, the next step was just going down the stairs like I do every single morning. And then the next step was having my coffee again, something I do every single morning. By the time I was at the table and I'd had my coffee, I was a little bit more awake, and the idea of going to the gym wasn't so daunting. I had stopped fixating over the past, how much time I had lost at the gym, how it felt like a lost cause, and I also wasn't future casting, trying to figure out how the whole rest of my day was going to look or how long it was going to take me to build up the stamina that I've lost over the past couple of weeks. It was just about being in each next thing. We went to the gym and it was no big deal. It was really easy and it was fun and it felt good, and I felt better physically and I felt better mentally and emotionally. This is so often the case that denying ourselves these things that we know when we do them make us feel better. When we deny ourselves things that make us feel better, it's a form of self-punishment. Mindful philosophy of living does not endorse self-flagellation, self-punishment. It's all about being right where you are so that you can enjoy life as it's unfolding. We're much more able to do that when we have healthy habits and healthy routines. And the biggest one that I would like to leave you with for today is to start small and start slow. Because if you were going to go from not practicing mindfulness at all to trying to incorporate it into every single moment of your waking life, and you scheduled yourself for back month-long silent retreats, things of that nature, you would not feel more mindful. You would not feel more tapped in. You would not feel like you had more ability to be present with yourself. You would feel overwhelmed, exhausted, drained, and you would probably never want to practice ever again. It's the same way when we start to use mindfulness for these habits. Go slowly. Don't try to think of 20 things where you've fallen off the wagon and need to get back on, and then try to fix them all at once. This does not work this way. It's not an overnight practice. It is a lifetime practice. So pick one thing. Pick one thing that you have stopped doing that feels really good, either physically, mentally, or emotionally, that supports your health in some way. And when I say supports your health, that could be laughter. That could be making sure that you are getting in enough fun. Pick one thing and then don't overthink it. Schedule in the time that you can start doing it again. Schedule it regularly, maybe not every day at first, although this depends on your personality and your schedule. Just stay moderate here. Don't dive headfirst into this where you're going all in and you're going to do everything and you haven't been to a gym in a year, but now you're going to go work out for 2 hours, 6 days a week. Don't do that. Pick something realistic that works for your life, that works for your schedule, and commit to it. Set an alarm no matter what time of day you have this thing set up for. And when that alarm goes off, just do it. Do the first thing you have to do for it. If you need to have on a certain pair of shoes, put those shoes on your feet. If you need to gather up some art supplies, go gather the supplies. If it's reading a book under a tree, grab the book, head for the door. Just take one step toward one small goal and do that until it feels natural again, until it feels easy again. and then you can slowly start to add. And by adding, I mean you can either have it stack and wait till one thing is really well established, like going to the gym, and then it might be going to the gym and getting a massage once a month, or going to the gym and also taking a walk after dinner every night. Or it could be a duration thing. I went to the gym for today after being out of practice for a few weeks, and so I spent 1 hour walking on the treadmill. I'm going to do that for probably a week before I add in heavier exercises or increase my time on the treadmill. I would like you to just note how it feels in your body, how it feels in your mind, how it feels emotionally and intellectually, to keep your promise to yourself. That's it. That's your whole homework, is to pick one habit to revive and then keep your promise to yourself. Do whatever you can to make keeping that promise as easy and painless as possible. Set things out the night before, gather things together, draw in an accountability buddy if you can. A lot harder for most of us to back out on a friend or a beloved than it is to back out on ourselves. And over time, as we befriend ourselves and we become our own beloved, we begin to honor our promise and our commitment to ourselves in the same way that we honor it when we make it to someone else. If you decide to do this, I would love to know how it goes for you. I'd love to hear what your habit is, and I'd love to hear what steps you're taking to make it happen, to bring it back into your life. Keep it small, keep it simple, make it easy, and leave me a comment. Let me know what you've chosen. I'd love to hear from you. Bye.